These gays, they're trying to murder me.
Sims 4 stands have issued a decree. Not Malcolm has been cancelled.
Okay.
But just like Jesus and Trisha Paytas, I'm back from the dead.
No, thank you.
I am gonna try to tell this story with a straight face. I joined Twitter last month, and just a few days ago, I had my first viral moment, a sassy little tweet that sent shockwaves through the Sims community. Congrats to The Sims 4 on the announcement of its 74th DLC. Let's get hyped and pretend that 74 DLC is completely normal and not exploitative at all, and that the pack won't be bare bones and chock full of bugs and glitches.
Enough.
Obviously, this is a tweet I made in response to the announcement of The Sims 4 74th paid DLC, the Vaginal Crystals, and maybe you could put it in your butt too, stuff pack. And this tweet caught the attention of some of the big Sims influencers, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, on Twitter. And believe me, you people were furious. I was dodging those aesthetic Sims 4 girlies left and right, Caucasian uppercuts flying everywhere.
You're so angry.
The Henford Hussy, who has like 30,000 followers on Twitter, called me nasty and rude and then blocked me.
So nasty.
And that's what happened.
So rude.
Simmer Aaron, who you guys might know from YouTube, who I always liked, honestly, basically said I'm obsessed with her and only use Twitter to say terrible things.
And that's what happened.
So rude.
Terrible things about everyone.
So rude.
So needless to say, the Sims 4 girlies and gazies were livid. So what exactly did I say that was so triggering? I still don't fucking know.
You better be joking.
But some people really took issue with me using the word exploitative. So let me just clear that up. By saying 74 DLC is exploitative, I'm not saying it's a grave social injustice or human rights violation. Obviously, this is the fucking Sims, okay? However, I'm saying that the business practices of the company are designed to take advantage of, aka exploit, consumers. 90% of the replies I got were saying, it can't be exploitative if you have the choice to buy it. But regardless of what these people might think, consumer exploitation can still exist in the presence of choice. After all, companies exploit consumers all the time, whether in the form of price gouging or manipulative advertising. Some people might even argue that every for-profit entity exploits consumers in some way or another. But in the case of EA and The Sims 4, is EA really taking advantage of the Sims player base? I mean, do I really have to tell you my opinion? Not only has EA split up several related features into multiple separate packs, like with pets, occults, and family gameplay, they have released so much broken DLC. There are packs that were released years ago that are still not fixed to this day. You're not getting a refund on that either. EA is more focused on pushing out pack after pack instead of fixing what they've already made, because fixing their broken product doesn't make them any more money, but selling DLC sure does. And we cannot ignore this history of EA Maxis putting out these very misleading and deceptive trailers for games that do not represent actual gameplay whatsoever. And then there's the number. Despite what EA and the Sims influencers want you to believe, 74 DLC is not normal for most games these days. I cannot believe someone actually said that to me, and I don't know what to say if that's actually what you believe.
Name 'em. Name 'em.
However, it's also not normal for a single game to exist, up until this point, without a single viable competitor for decades. The monopoly that The Sims has on the life sim genre is what created this monster, and ultimately what gave EA the confidence to believe that they could milk players for all that they're worth and get away with it, and they very clearly have. Now, I definitely don't hate Sims 4 players or want to shame them for playing this game. If this is what makes you happy, play away. But the fact still stands that what EA has done with this game is problematic. Now, being realistic, obviously, this is not a huge deal in the grand scheme of life. There's a lot of crazy, messed up shit that's far more important than a stupid gaming company taking advantage of its players. I'm fully aware of that, but this is also a channel where I play The Sims. And I wouldn't feel right if I didn't speak up about something wrong that I see happening to players. And honestly, something that happened to me as someone who used to play The Sims 4 and even bought a fair share of DLC in the past. Lastly, if you are a Sims 4 influencer or a content creator who in any way is profiting off of this game or your relationship with EA, you need to start speaking up, and not just when it's a convenient bandwagon or shopping cart for you to jump on. With new life sim games on the horizon, I believe consumers are going to be made more aware than ever of all that EA has deprived them of or has strategically dangled in front of them in the form of an overpriced yet lackluster DLC. And people are going to be more pissed than ever. So if you're a content creator who has remained silent, man, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes after this. So follow me on Twitter if you want to see Sims 4 stans try to roast me. Anyway, pray for me. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
There's like people called haters. No, Cindy. One more thing. And we give them positivity.